Well, good evening, everyone, or good
evening,
afternoon,
everyone.
depending where you are in the world. And welcome to Euro Schmoe. Wow. What a week it's been. We have had our full free-for-all, and what an amazing free-for-all we had. And we're going to be getting into all of the exciting moments a bit later on in our show. But I just want to say a big welcome to everyone. Thanks for joining us today. As you can see, I've got Matt with me. And Teresa is here as well, but she'll be joining it. There we go. Here she is. Here's the queen of the league.
I'm sorry for my internet connection because it's not very good, and I'm sorry.
No worries.
I said last week I'm not going to apologize about anything. So, yeah.
Wow, the heel of the Euro Schmoe is well and truly back this week. We got no Ben this week, unfortunately, because his internet is playing up. So hopefully he can join us in the chat. But we have his predictions for later, so we're all good to go. We are obviously going to talk about the free-for-all, but we're not going to do that immediately. We're going to start off with the matches of the week. So let's just jump straight into it, guys. Let's go right into it. So the first match of the week, we had our debut of two female competitors in the league being Jessica Schloef and Beth May. Now, what a really fun match this was. Prediction wise, me and Teresa, I think it was just us two, wasn't it? I don't know who you went for, Matt. Did you go for Beth?
Yeah, I got.
Hello, Thomas.
Hi, Thomas.
Yeah, so me and Teresa went for Jessica Schloef, and we were right to do so, weren't we, Teresa? We were correct yet again as we go further above you guys in the prediction league. Bit touch and go at one point, but Teresa, why don't you kick us off on this one?
Oh, I'm excited about both of those ladies. I'm excited about this match. It was a rough one, but having two rookies both get opponent's choice. What else do you expect? But I think that was really special about this match, that it wasn't just like a normal match when you see those rookies categories, they want you and in them. But we saw them have a really rough match, and we can only see them improve from now. And I really loved them both. I loved their personalities. I loved how Jess was leading the whole match. And then in the last second, I was like, Beth is going to pull it. Like it was so back and forth. And I'm really happy for both of them. And for Kate, because she's the manager of the week.
Well, we'll get into that a bit later as well. But yeah, I from my perspective, I absolutely loved Beth May's promos. She is the promo queen. They were really funny. I thought they were really, really fun. And I think it's just unfortunate that in their first match, as you said, Teresa, they both got opponent's choice. And it definitely showed that they were not comfortable with those categories. Both of them are tough. Movie release dates, for most people, is a horrible category. And I've looked at the wheel and thought war and movie release dates will be very difficult for either competitor, and they got both. So I wasn't too shocked with what happened in the rounds, but they both were able to navigate it as best they could to stay in the game. Schloef was able to navigate hers a little better, I would say. And then we ended up with a tight fifth round. Beth May was able to pull her 5-pointer, which I wasn't expecting. And then I thought, oh no, me and Teresa are going to lose this one because we picked Schloef. But when the 5-pointer question was animated, I had a bit of confidence that she would know it. And When You Believe, who everyone loves that song, and she pulls Prince of Egypt out the bag. So it was a really fun match. Matt, what was your take?
Well, it was a good match. I wasn't sure that she will pull the.
Yeah, we're not having a good day of internet, are we?
Yeah, and we apologize to everyone who's watched, but Yeah, I think that this will be an awesome show. If it's
It might
only
just
me
have to
and
be
Liam.
me. Got to be me and you, Matt, for this one. We'll have to see how we go.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think I didn't think that she will maybe get that Prince of Egypt question. I knew it because I like that movie, so I watched it a couple of times, so I knew the song. And yeah, oh, Teresa is back. Good.
That's Ben.
No, that's Ben. Okay, and yeah, I
Hi.
was hi Ben. And I was really, really impressed with both of them, especially when I saw the shots in the backstage, and I saw how she's really, how to say this, she's really nervous. She was really nervous that she's on the backstage, and I can then just assume how nervous she was to be on the actual match, to play and know that people will watch her and stuff like that. So I'm surprised how he handled the pressure. I'll now jump in the wagon that you, Liam, said a couple of weeks ago, that I am really worried for Quirky Mercs this year. But
Yeah.
I'll say this: I'm worried for Quirky Mercs in all of the, to be honest, in all of the
Leagues.
divisions. Yeah, because they have. Okay, I don't know how good is Paris' partner in the teams tournament, because he is the professional interviewer. He movies are his life, just like Roca and Bateman and all the good players. And if you do the interview, you must know about that person and about that movie and about that director, what he directed and stuff like that. But from what we've seen today and in the past, I see them probably as the weakest faction so far. So
I agree with you,
I
unfortunately.
understand that Bateman and Kidd are good, but you cannot have only two players that to carry everything. That's
You
not
mean
gonna.
you mean Bibbs and Kid?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
you said
Kid and
Bateman.
Bibiani and Kid. Yeah.
Yeah. So I
if-
agree with you, Matt. The problem is all the pressure is now on Shazam and Dimalanta, and you
Yeah.
can't rely on 3 players to carry your faction. And I just don't know where the points are going to come from other than them 3, to be honest. And no disrespect, I think Beth May had a really good showing. Again, she was lumbered with opponent's choice, but I don't think she's going to be someone who's going to have a particularly fantastic run in a tournament. I think she might get the odd win. I'm worried as well. Ben, you look like you want to punch me in the face when I said that. So I don't know. I don't know if you can hear us.
Not at all. I agree. I can hear you. I can hear you. It's a bit buggy, but otherwise I can hear you. I was just gonna say I agree with you guys. I'm very worried, especially after Jesse's performance at the free for all, where he missed that IG question, and it was very worrying.
Yeah, it's not looking great for the Mercs. That's that. To be honest, I would say that. Teresa, are you back with us today?
I don't know. Do you hear me well now?
Yes.
Is it better?
Yeah. Sorry, everyone, for the internet issues, but we'll try and get through it.
It's going to continue for a while. I have trouble getting my internet fixed, so this just sucks. But hey.
I think we should just move on to the second match of the week, because we don't want to spend too long on the first one. Which, okay, so for me, we ask every week, what is your match of the week? This is it for me. Amazing debut from both players. Both perfect in round one. Obviously, we're talking about Jacoby Bancroft and Jacob London. I'd heard lots of good things about Jacoby. He did not prove me wrong. Well, he went perfect. So what more can you do? And Jacob as well. Amazing, absolutely amazing. Just before round 3, only going to multiple choice on one question. Other than that, perfect. And then I've just got lumbered with a couple of difficult questions in round 3. But I just thought both played so well. I'm excited for what both of them can do in the league. Obviously, Jacob kind of redeemed himself, even though he was already great in the free-for-all, having an amazing showing and knocking out 4 players, which we'll get to later. But Jacoby, wow, he looks like a serious threat. I mean, if he plays like that, he can beat anyone. He can beat anyone on his day.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Well, I think that it's not just Jacoby. I went out of that match thinking to myself, okay, actually, Blandon can do it. Blandon can be the champion. I think that Blandon could be the first non-American champion, the champion who is not living in America in the Schmoedown. He could do it. I don't think that he can beat Roca or Bateman on his, as you said, on his day. If Will goes his way and stuff like that, he can beat anyone. We saw what we will talk about, what he did in the free for all, and some other players did also. But yeah, I was really impressed with that actually match. I knew Blandon was good because I was really big fan of Take 3 Productions when they started. They were one of the first with Late to the Party to do the reactions, and let's be honest, most of the things we as after shows do now are influenced by Take 3 and Late to the Party. And I saw how Blandon was doing in fan leagues and what his knowledge was, because they always played along, and he most of the time knew the answers they were asking. So I did expect a lot of things from him. I knew he would do good in the Oscars because he had a show about Oscars. But yeah, Jacoby showed that he is a threat, and that now Roxy has one more player. To be honest, I could maybe put him on the same or even maybe little better level that as Andrejko and Snyder. I don't see him to be any less of the player than those two. So if you ask me now who is Roxy's best singles player, I don't know if I can answer this with 100% confidence that it's Snyder or Andrejko. That was the answer for me before, someone from the Odd Couple, but now I'm not sure. So good for Roxy, good for the stars. Yeah, Jacoby is a star.
Teresa?
Yeah, I think one of the best debuts of rookies maybe ever. Like both of them, the first round perfect, the second round one multiple choice, and that's it. And then Jacob wasn't able to pull his 3 and 5, but like the pros are sometimes unable to do that. They both played like professionals. They both were very good on the mic. It was such a contrast to the first match this week because they obviously got the categories they wanted, like against getting to multiple choice. And Beth and Jess, you could see they were new to being on the mic, and they were amazing. But you can see how experienced these two are. Like this is their bread and butter. Like they didn't miss a beat. And Winstock Exchange, you keep saying that only your rookies are winning, and I would put any of those two against any of your rookies, the best of your rookies, like Griffin Humes and Shai Lieberman. And I'm not guaranteeing that they would win, but it would be such a close match at least. So I think we just discovered like two of the best rookies of this year, and they proved it again in the free-for-all. And that team, Blackjack, with Janine and
Jacoby.
Jacoby, I think can be sneaky good. Like I think they could be really, really good together. So yeah,
I also think that sorry, Liam, that deception can be in the trouble here because I think
so.
Because I think that this is going to be a very competitive match and it won't be
I think after watching that now, I it's really hard to call because I'd put Marisol and Janine at a very similar level, and Jacoby and Adam at a very similar level.
Exactly.
I would say like Adam. It was hard to judge because Jacoby's only played one match, but I mean from his free for all and that one match, him and Adam seem S tier, and then I'd say Marisol and Janine are A tier. So you know it's a harder one to pick having now watched that match, whereas before I'd be really confident in picking Deception. Now I'm not so sure. It's a hard one now.
Very evenly matched. I'm just going to say, yeah, Jacoby had a perfect match, which is crazy at first. Like when I think Frankie talked about it, there were like, I don't know how many, but this was one of the like 3 or 4 like completely perfect matches where no one like went to multiple choice or anything. Like Jacoby just made history.
Yeah.
So
it was a second. Only Bibbs did it. Sorry.
I think that he said 3 because
Video
Bateman
Drew
also
did it
went
as well.
completely perfect in his match against Guy.
Yeah,
Video Drew checked to multiple choice. I think I don't know.
Oh, okay. Anyway, no matter what,
just
amazing.
wanted to say, Shannon versus Roxy is my favorite feud, and it was amazing. And like Shannon going after Seth, it's terrible that I love Steph and I wanted to be mad at Shannon, but then I was like, oh my god, you're so good at insulting people.
It was
just having a good time. So amazing.
It was a really entertaining post-match interview, and you know, I'm glad. I love Steph. She's new. She needs to be a bit bitten by Shannon. You know, she needs to get she needs to know what it's like to have someone not enjoy your interviewing or want to bite back at you, because they've all been so nice to her so far, and Shannon's the one to break that, and I thought that was really fun. Yeah, I agree with you.
It's making a great point here, because most of it, like Jacoby Bancroft is a person you maybe should sign next year, and like we've only like able to be like sign 3 people. What are like FinSec Exchange is just now nourishing a new generation for all other managers to pick from next year. Like they're not going to be able
but
to.
The problem is
if
you want to pick that new generation, you have to let go of some old players because
maybe or take them later.
Because if I ask you now, which player would you drop from the free agency to sign? I don't know, Jacoby or someone. All the players,
Mike.
most of the. Yeah, I understand what you mean, but Mike is a 3-division player. That's the difference. Mike can be the champion in Inner Geekdom, and Mike can get corruption now. Really, a lot of points.
Well, we have a prediction coming later in the show regarding Mike, and I think you may know which way I'm leaning. Okay, well, a great showing, and we'll obviously talk a bit more about Jacob when we talk about the free for all. But let's go on to the final match of the week. And
oh my god, Ben is not here. I want you.
Teresa has to.
I prepared something, just a little. Wait, you will hear it.
Okay, go on, Matt. You kick us off. We'll see JTE Goddard we're talking about here. Oh, he has music and everything.
Yeah, I have music. Wait.
It's not better than I'm simply the best. I'm just saying.
Little Evil won. Ben Bateman lost. Evil showed that he's better than Ben. Okay, I'm done.
I'm just pleased that I'm only now 1 point behind Teresa in our prediction league. I am catching you up. 3 for 3 this week. What more can you do? 3 for 3.
You're so perfect.
Thank you. I know.
I got so into it.
Thomas. Yes.
Yeah, no ring run. Well, maybe a little. We had a classic JT moment with Andy. What was it he said? What was his Bond answer? I can't remember what he said now. Andy Dalton.
He said Andy Dalton. Leo Logan is commenting on it here. Andy Dalton.
Thank you, Leo.
Yeah, I know he's in some sport, but like, and he got it off his chest, and it was out. It happened.
Yeah, Leo's pointed up on the Princess Diaries too. I also didn't pick up.
How can you not know that Chris Pine is in the second one? He's like.
I would have done the same. I did not think. I forgot there was a second one, and I went for the first one. But that was a little sneaky question. I like that question. It's really sneaky. But JTE, this is why I missed him. We love his answers like Andy Dalton. That's why he's like one of the best people in the league. You know, Triceratops. We love this about JTE. But Ben played really well as well. Yep. It's a shame he couldn't put his 5, but I feel like he has struggled in the past with 5-pointers. I feel like in his team's match, he couldn't pull a couple of times. So maybe that's his next step to get further if he can start pulling those 5s, which has been a problem for many players. But besides that, he played really, really well. I think that was the only question he missed, maybe, apart from Princess Diaries. So great showing. JTE is proving that he still got it. He, as he said on backstage, has a tendency to beat these up-and-coming rookies who are looking like they're going to be the next stars of the league. He has a way of beating these players. Teresa, do you want to take it over? You're looking very annoyed.
I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed by this match. I'm annoyed by you two. Like, the only other sane person isn't here today, so this just, I don't know. I would go for Ben again, and I think he would win like 7 out of 10 matches against JTE. That's my statement. I think he played fantastic, and he just didn't know that 5-pointer, and he actually saw that movie, so really forgettable probably, but you can see he knows JTE's 5-pointer, and you can see JTE probably knows his. It just sometimes happens, you don't know, and he's gonna know it in the next match, and he's going to beat anyone else this year. So that's that. And JTE is the heel in my least favorite category of heels. And I really like him as a person, but his character I can't just like, you were a champion, we know, in 2017, and you keep talking about it, and it's such a long time, and just shut up. So, but he played well. I'm glad to have him back. So I do want to just
Leo makes a really good point there, actually, about the ring rust and
that's true,
JTE.
That's true.
I will say I've always felt like
the stock exchange is the reason why he succeeded, and maybe McQueenie didn't. I think like they made him train and made him try these mock matches, and he was better prepared than McQueenie was. So
and also I think JTE's always been more in the game than Drew, if that makes sense.
And,
like I feel like he knows the game better. Go on, Matt.
Okay. So, I think that Ben was awesome in this match. I did that only for Teresa's sake, because I know that Teresa would love that. Just so everyone knows, I really think that Ben was awesome. They both missed 2 questions. No, JT missed 3 questions. No, 2 questions. Yeah, JT and Ben both missed
2 questions, yeah.
Yeah, and it was just that Ben missed his 5, and JT missed 2 of his 1-pointers. So for me, but as we said, 5-pointers are subjective, not objective. I knew the Red Sparrow. It wasn't a forgettable movie for me because of the things the woman had to do when they trained. It just stayed in my mind because it's not so pretty, let's just say that like that.
Yes.
And it's not so pretty, and it stayed. So, but I saw that Ben knew JT's immediately, and I do believe, and I just wanted to say that I think that it was brilliant from JT what he said, that he knew the answer right away, and I do think that JT knew Enter the Dragon, and he was just buying time. So Ben becomes more nervous as maybe he doesn't know it. Maybe he doesn't know it. It's what Ben Bateman did to people. I think that's the excellent strategy in the this era when you are not live. You at least can do this to people. If you are 100% sure of answer, you can just buy your time to psych them out, and that was a good strategy, I think, from JTE.
Me too.
I was so happy that I was really happy that Ben got Wizarding World, because then I knew the answers. So yeah, and I was worried for JT when he got martial arts movies, because
really?
I
think he put it on
wasn't.
I think he put it on the wheel.
Yeah,
But
I
I
feel like
didn't.
he
No, he
knows
didn't.
them well, though. I wasn't.
Are
I was pretty
these
confident he would know it.
Oh,
I don't know.
Are they?
I don't think that he put that on the wheel, but because it was
He put
no, because I'm sure he put Sly and Arnie on.
I think they get two, though, don't they? I think they get two
No,
slices.
They
but
do
I
get
don't.
to.
But I don't think that they would put Sly and Arnie and martial arts movies one next to each other, and they did that. So I don't think that they would do that.
Okay.
If they're both. Okay,
I will
logic.
disagree with you
Yeah.
on that, Matt. I think that
Do
was
you
his
know
as
how
well, to be
the
honest.
flag moved on the moon so it's
Okay.
not a real
No,
moon
I ju-
landing?
No, I just
Here
think
comes
that,
the hill.
okay, I just think that JT didn't put that on the wheel because it's a new category and stuff like that. But
That's the reason to put it on the wheel.
no, because I just remembered
they're
Liz.
Shallow
No,
questions.
I remembered Liz and the DreamWorks category, and that was in my mind when I saw the new category. Because Liz had really hard questions, and it was the first time I saw it in the Schmoedown. I also, when I saw, okay, good, Liz took the new category. It will be easier question. It wasn't. So, and I don't think that those questions that JT got was easy. I didn't know half of them, so it wasn't easy. I don't think it was easy. Maybe he knew.
Yeah, but I think they
For
were
him, it was though, I think.
shallow in that category. Like,
Yeah.
if you're not into it, of course you don't know it, but obviously Ben knew all of them. And like, if you're into it, or if you have at least like some knowledge about this category, like I know nothing, so for me they are especially hard. But like, if you studied it, then it's okay, I think. Like from what I heard. So I'm just assuming, but I think like if you can't say that the Harry Potter ones were easier because we know Harry Potter really well. That's just
no. I didn't say no. I just say that I don't get when people say that those were the easy questions, that JT was lucky and stuff like that.
Oh, I'm not. I'm just saying they are more shallow, and I think the reason DreamWorks aren't is because DreamWorks was included in so many categories before, so they asked a lot of questions about it. But martial arts isn't like something that was asked about and about.
Yeah, I see
in
what you're
animated.
saying.
So I think it's a big difference if you pick like it was opera, like because you know it's. I think there's a reason between this.
Great point by Thomas.
Yeah, well, it's true. It's true. Yeah.
And but they
Harry
both
Potter was
actually
easier for me as well. Like
it's obvious they both go to the categories they knew about. So I was really worried, to be honest, for JT when I saw the Wizarding World category on that wheel.
He would not have known those questions.
No.
He would not have known some of them.
And if he knew something, the spelling would be just like, man,
He would maybe knew the actor of Lupin or who directed the movie.
Yeah, I mean, we won't know, but I don't think he would have gone 4 for 4.
Yeah.
I will say again, I just want to make this point. If you are an IG player and you spin an IG slice, it is such an advantage because the question difficulty is for an IG player very easy. I'm not saying the questions are easy in general, but I have to say for Ben, you could see those were really easy for him. And I'm not disrespecting Ben. I still think he played really well. I just think it's a massive advantage because they have to make them easier.
I
for
think it is
educational,
good
not IG.
because you're like you're acknowledging players who like put so much into this and study like so hard for inner geekdom. So now they have an advantage in singles and teams. And
Oh
this
no,
is good.
I'm not against
I really
it. I think
I'm
it's
just
good
saying
as well.
I really like it, and just use it, and especially against players like JTE who are like, oh, this smells geeky, I don't like it, like of course this geek knew this geeky stuff, you know. So especially against those players, I just want JTE to get like Middle Earth after this match in another one of his matches and just see him.
It's same with Snyder, right?
Yes,
You
Yeah.
want
yes,
Snyder to get the geeky questions.
See, I do feel like Snyder could navigate those type of questions, though. I think he knows the base knowledge of them. It's just
You
the
really think
in-depth
that?
stuff.
So, for example, you really know that Jeff would know Horace Slughorn.
No, but I think he would have got the
no,
other.
not all
He
of
would
them,
have got
but
the
like,
other three. He would have got David Fewlis, I think. He probably would have got some of the other ones, but he wouldn't have known that one. Okay, guys, I'm really conscious of time, and I know we're going to want to spend a lot of time talking about the free-for-all. So I think it's best if we move on. So before I do this, I think it's important that I put this up. That's really small. Okay,
it's
because
really big.
well, I think people need to know. Okay, so we are going to be talking free-for-all. So it's massive spoiler warning. Obviously, we're not going to hold back. We're going to discuss everything. I think the best way to do it is if we all just talk about a moment we want to talk about, and then we can just discuss it, because there's probably several, and we'll see how we go. I want to start with one for me, and then my probably favorite moment of the whole thing was maybe the 4th round or the 5th round, which was Bibiani taking out an absolutely stacked table, which was almost the same table as what Andrejko took out, just slightly different, of Ethan Irwin, Dan Marrell, Andrejko, and who was the other one?
Adam Collins.
Adam Collins. Wow, my God. Unbelievable. And it was such a hard question. I've seen Bumblebee like 4 times. That's a lie, maybe twice. But I did not know it was diving. Like, how did he pull that? Amazing. I just, to see them all be knocked out like that was unreal. And you knew that it was a good chance of that happening, because all these players are on such a high level. There's a good chance they're all going to go perfect, or maybe miss one really difficult question. And that's exactly what happened. So it was so crazy. And we watched together. That was probably the biggest moment of, oh my God, throughout the show. Maybe topped once, but oh my God, I couldn't believe it. Absolutely couldn't believe it. It was incredible. For me, it still wasn't as good as the Andrejko one. I don't think that will ever be topped, but
it was the first.
Close.
It was the first, and yeah.
And I think the Andrejko one, it took them a while to realize it had happened, which made it even better, because Bibbs was on 3 and got that last one as well. And then they were like, wait, oh my God. Whereas this one, it was like, we kind of figured it out beforehand. It was just so
the
cool.
thing is, I think in the first XXXX4 is on that table, everyone expected Andrejko to be the worst. Everyone expected Andrejko to fall off that table, I think. And Andrejko just took everyone out. That's why I think Andrejko is maybe a little more shocking, but
they're both amazing though.
Yeah, but they're both amazing, and we had 2 of that instance in this free-for-all. 2.
Yeah, and we'll get to the other one. But what were your thoughts on this moment?
Well,
I just want to snitch on. Yeah, okay, go. I'm gonna snitch later.
Yeah.
You want to snitch?
I'm gonna snitch. Okay, I'm just gonna say this.
I can mute you.
Well, let's start with this. Every single competitor should buy at least 10 of those Bibs soaps to just say thank you, Bibs, for removing all those heavy hitters from the table because, oh my God. So I think that if you asked us or maybe people who watch us or anyone, who are the players who will win this free-for-all? I think that at least 70% of answers would be people on that table. And
I'd agree, yeah.
For all of them to go out.
Dan Morrow lasted one round. That's insane.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And really? Dan Morrow lost? It was his
It was only in one round this year.
Oh my God. Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, and Bibbs kept stabbing him in the heart. Like saying to other players, you lasted longer than Dan Morrow. Congratulations to you.
I don't know who was the first person after it to go in, but whoever was and said thank you. I think that it was Hoik. I don't know, but that was such an awesome response.
It was Zipper.
He said, "Zipper, thank you, Bibbs. Thank you, Bibbs." It was true. It was really true, and Bibbs helped a lot of people with that answer, and it was awesome. We watched together. The three of us watched the match together, and we were just. I remember that my father went in the room and asked if I'm okay because I just said, "Oh my God!" I was screaming at the screen because of it. So, yeah, it was. I didn't expect it at all. So, it was awesome. Awesome moment.
Go on, Teresa.
Yeah, so Liam, before the free-for-all started, now it's like his biggest moment. He said, "Oh, I think I have a hot take. Bibiani is not making it through the first 3 rounds." I was like, "You're crazy." And he's, no, I think this is happening. And then he cleared the table and Liam was like, "Oh, okay. So he's probably sticking it out for a while." So
yeah,
I just wanted to say that not enough belief in Bibiani can be your downfall. Just saying. Yeah, also wanted to acknowledge Leo's. We missed Chance and Lon a lot, but I think like Chance wasn't there because of scheduling, and that's actually the reason why we got Blunden. So I'm so happy that we got his moment because of this. And Lon Harris, I'm thinking if he was in, maybe Jen Kemp wouldn't be in, and that was also one of my favorite performances of that night. So I actually liked it. It wasn't only like, people we expected to be there, but it was Maracanopic and it was Sol and a lot of people I just didn't think could be in this. So I'm really happy it went that way. And I wanted to say, like, yes, Bibbs is amazing and the table was just so crazy, and he just is able to sometimes like pull these impressive pulls, and I'm just in awe of him. And it's like the third free-for-all or fourth, and did he well in all of them? He did well in all of them, right?
Yeah.
So he's just the free-for-all, the best person. They should rename it after him. I do think so. I think it should be Bibbs for all, or I don't know how it would be called, but he's just the best player in.
And in the scene,
if he did Pearl next year, he's going to stay the best player in free-for-all.
In the scene before, when he requested a new number, we all were like, he's going to be 5. He's got to be 5. Yeah. We know he's going to still be on at the start. But I just wanted to address Leo as well. So I completely agree with what you just said. My pick to win was Chance. So I was disappointed he wasn't there. But we know now it was just because of scheduling. But as you said, I think these people not making it made way for some performances of maybe people we didn't expect. I mean, as you said, Jen Kemp and Jacob London would not have been in it, and he was the star, one of the stars of the free-for-all. I think we should pick our own MVP because I don't agree with who they picked with. I respect it and I understand why, but I wouldn't have been my pick. Ben's just made a good point.
Did Winston also explain Lon's decision? That Lon said he did it a few times, and if there are people who really want it, that he's going to let them. And there were people who really wanted to do it in this way. So he was generous, and I think that's also good to showcase all of the people you have in the faction. So, and like people like Frankie Alvarez played great. So it was a good way to show off a lot of this.
Really good showing.
Yeah. And we can go for the MVP. I'm picking Bateman, so.
Okay, you would have gone Bateman. Interesting. Okay, so why? Hold on.
Especially
just got to quickly address this. I don't care that he's not on the faction. He was great, and he took out Alex. He took out Alex.
I have 4 moments of the match, and the 4th is the flirt and floss taking out Alex.
I was like, oh no, Alex, no, Alex.
Poor Alex. I don't know. I love the flirt and flosses, and I was thinking like they can't just do 40 people who we know could appear because they are on those 8 factions. They need to have at least an element of surprise, and I think this was the least disturbing one. So
I genuinely thought it was gonna. For a minute, I thought it was gonna be Clark or Rachel, and I was about to lose my mind. And I was like, "Oh, no,
and the disco ball dropped."
Yeah, and I was like, "It's the certain third blouse."
But I know I said when he you know that I said that when he appeared, I just said, "Oh, it's a free table," and then
he took out Alex.
I was just, oh my god.
It was amazing, and he seemed like genuinely surprised. Yeah, well, because the flirt and floss is the best. So
it was so funny though. But okay, why did so you said Ben was your pick? So if you wanted to finish.
I don't know. It might be Bibbs. I mean, I need to rewatch. But for now, it's Bateman. He was there for a really long time. He went into the last 2 people to fight for it, and he wasn't able to in the end. And you can see Oyama is surprised. And they both had a really cool story to go with why this. I always like when the deciding point is something that it's either really special in your life, or like Bateman said, I really like the movie. I just never watched the last half hour. Oh, yeah. Well, Germans are my neighbors, and I still find him funny. But it's maybe if you're really from Germany, maybe I wouldn't find a Czech people trying to act like a Czech person funny. I understand.
I just Thomas, first of all, I will just say, Thomas, I understand, because in the Schmoedown they really often make fun of the Croatian. I know that they said that Gucci has something in Croatian, so I understand, but it's a comedy and it's fun, and I want to address this. Ben, if Oyama won the free-for-all, he cannot be the MVP. That is the rule.
It's just us choosing, so he can. So go for Oyama. Then.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Who was your pick, Matt?
Well, I agree with Teresa on this one.
Okay, so you're Bateman as well.
That never happened before. What?
Yeah, I really think that Bateman, because this is the thing. I didn't count the rounds, but I think that Bateman and the Bibbs were probably in the similar situation on how many rounds did they stayed in the free for, because I think that Bateman was 20 and something, and he stayed until the end, and Bibbs won in the beginning, and he fall off in sometimes in the middle. But just the fact that Bateman was on the last table and in the last 2. I didn't know that. This is something new, because I think that was the different before.
But maybe they could, yeah.
Okay, but Bateman, still Bateman, because Bateman was. It was between Bibbs and Bateman for me. Mm-hmm. I think that breakout star was Blunden, the one who will get the most. Like the kid was in the last free for all. The star who will get let's just say get the most from the free for all is probably Blunden. But I think that Bateman, just the fact that he was on the last table, put him a little over Bibbs for me, because they were practically the same for me in how long they were and stuff like that. And I fully understand that Bibbs had that moment of knocking out all those players, but I don't know. I think that Bateman this year deserves it to be the MVP. I would prefer it's Quirky Mercs, because, as we said, Quirky Mercs needed those points. Those 3 points for Quirky Mercs would be huge, but Dungeon is already first. But Bateman deserved it, so that's my opinion.
Okay, so for me,
good.
I complete. This is thank you, Leo, for that. That's
Yeah.
actually, I didn't know that, so that's really good to know. So I'm absolutely fine with them awarding it to Bateman. I get it, and I have no issue at all. I think it was a fair decision. I would have been also okay if it went to Bibbs or if it went to Blunden, because I think any three of them were good MVPs and acceptable MVPs for that free for all. Personally, I would have still given it to Bibbs, because I just think when you look at that moment, when you look at who he took out, that was the most stacked lineup of the night, I think, to take out. Blunden's was good as well. I'm not denying that, but I would give the edge slightly more to Bibbs 5. He lasted 10 rounds, which was only 4 less than Bateman, and you have to remember a couple of Batemans were with less players as well. And one of them was the Fürstenfels round. So do we count that round?
Yes, he took out Alex Damon. Just stop.
So you have
just
to
kidding.
count that one.
No, I'm kidding. But I just think when you look at, I'm not taking anything away from Bateman, but I think he had a couple of rounds with where some of the players didn't have an amazing showing. I think Bibbs pretty much most rounds had to do really well to get through it, whereas I think Bateman survived a few with a 2 or a 3. So that's that. I would have gone for Bibbs, but I get it, and I have no problem with it being Bateman. I think the other part of the night we have to address was the second takeout, obviously being Blunden's, which again was super impressive. And I think the reason it was so impressive is because it was probably a little bit unexpected. I don't think people were expecting Blunden to have that moment when you looked at those 5. I can't remember who he was with now, in all honesty.
It was Shannon Miller, Griffin Ooms, Jacoby Bancroft, and BBI. So I think it's levels for me right now. I really need to rewatch the whole show because, well, first of all, you always need to rewatch the free for all because it's the best event of the whole year and it's the most rewatchable for me always. But so I can compare it like really in my mind. But Blunden did take out the person who took out all of the people. So
and he was a rookie.
It was his second performance ever in the Schmoedown, and it was also a very tough pull. So I don't know. I have it on like similar level. The more impressive about Bibbs is how long he lasted and this moment. So that's why I was really seriously considering him for the MVP for me. But it was amazing. Like I'm so happy for Blunden. He did amazingly in his first match, but this showed everybody that he's here to play. He is going to be one of the most successful rookies for this year, and I'm very happy. He seems just wonderful. So I'm so happy for him. And like his face was like the surprise was just amazing. And like Shannon said, she just started to ball out because like she didn't. She wanted something like this for him, and it was a really special, more for him being a rookie. Yeah,
And
great.
by the sounds of it, it seemed Chance not being able to take part may have been a maybe late thing. So he probably didn't have much notice. He probably was a later pick to go in, and to do that, wow. Really impressive.
And
I'm pleased for him because it means he'll probably get a match.
What time was it for him? Because he might have it couldn't be like 6 in the morning for him. So more impressive that way.
I'll just say this. Well, I think that Blunden is the first player who will give the Christian the headache of how I get someone who is #1 contender or a champion into America to defend live. Because he's awesome. That I was so happy because, as I said, I was a fan of his. I loved his show. I don't know if you know it. He had a show about Oscars in the Take 3 on the Take 3 channel. I watched it because it was really good. I really liked it. So I'm really happy for him. And that moment when that's the best. I'm so happy that they choose that moment as the moment of the free-for-all, because that is for me the moment, even more than Bibbs, because because he's a rookie, no one expected him to do what he did, and on that table, as we watched, we said anyone can get out of that table with those heavy hitters, but to do that, man, Blunden is a breakout star. He will for sure get the chance to play again, and I think that when the single tournament comes, that Shannon will probably give the Blunden a nod to go in the tournament to play in the singles Ultimate Schmoedown. And I wouldn't be surprised if he actually comes all through and comes to the final or something like that. He showed that he is very knowledgeable.
I want him to team up with James White and go for it. I really want to see that team now. Or Hoik, yes. Hoik did also very well. Hoik
he had a good showing.
Found his discipline. It's free for all. It is.
Can I just say my moments of the free for all now? I'll just say this. This free for all is called Believe in the Dossier, guys, because Griffin Newman, it was a lot of AG players. A lot of AG players wanted it.
Yes, it was. But it was fun. I think they were trying to not make it so intense all the time, and it probably was for the better.
It definitely seemed like it was a
requirement. And some of them did pretty well.
Mara
and Parker did pretty well.
This is my low-key third moment, but let's say what you want to say.
Believe in the dossier, guys. So I'll just say, so Griffin Newman, and Mark and Hoik, those are the two players who played each other in the match. We all know that in the singles, they both showed for me that they are both better players than what they showed in that match. I wasn't sure that Griffin Newman could become a champion or something like that when I saw him in the singles, but after the free for all, I fully believe he can go on a run and be a #1 contender now. Hoik also showed that he's the really, really dangerous opponent for anyone. But the person who takes the cake for me is, it's the Taylor Foster. Maybe we are biased because
British.
She's a European
English.
England,
go England. Sorry,
she's from Liam's neck of the woods, but man, she's also I think that she was also in 4 or 5 rounds of the free for all, and she was in most of them. She was on the top. She was one of the players who knew the most answers, and man, is she smart. And I wrote in the group that I am really excited for her to compete, because I didn't see her match in the today's announcement of the matches, and I think that she's also one of those players who can make problems for Christians. For Christian, how will I get her to America? Because if she plays in the singles like she played in the free for all, she can beat probably also anyone on if things go her way. So yeah, maybe we will have the English champion sooner than we think.
She's
so
in England, and her accent, just to hear someone
It was so beautiful.
with my accent on the
oh no, she has different accent. She has a beautiful
dare
accent.
you.
Yours sounds like if you just, you have a garbage disposal and then
yeah.
Oh, sorry, I can't hear you.
Can't you? Beautiful accent on Kim Taylorfast.
Yeah,
and she was their 11th pick.
We all agree that she can be a champion. If
11th pick.
Yeah,
because
ridiculous.
of her location, not because of her talent, obviously.
No, I know, but it just shows like they have picked really well. And for her, it probably would have been 3 a.m. in the morning. It was very late, so I don't know the exact timings, but it would have been very late at night.
I think they played like it was pre-taped, so I think they played earlier in the day, like But
no, I know, but it still would have been night for her.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So I really hope they give her matches this year. Yeah. That she was the biggest surprise of everything that happened. To be honest, I didn't even know that Finstock drafted her. That she's English and stuff like that. And I was just, who is that? Okay, this girl will fall off right away. And then I saw her play, and oh my god, she's maybe the best player on the table. Oh, that was going through my head. And she was in some good tables. She was on the table when Ben Bateman and she outplayed Ben Bateman in a couple of the rounds. That's true.
I don't know what you are talking about. We spoke the exact same.
Yeah.
Oh, they keep coming.
I also speak the Queen's English. I am very posh.
No.
The movie Trivia Schmoedown is one of my favourite delicacies. Unbelievable. Yeah, no, I'm glad you brought up.
She was really amazing. Yeah.
I'm glad you brought her up, Matt, because I was going to bring her up as well. She was definitely a highlight for me, not just because she's English, but I wasn't expecting it, and she really came to play. The other one I wanted to highlight was Jen Kemp.
Yeah.
I know she was quite late to come into it, but she lasted a good few rounds, and had things been ruled a little differently, there was a good chance she could have taken out Bateman. I'm not going to get into that, but wow, I'm being absolutely destroyed here by you guys. Unbelievable.
Please continue talking like a douche. Amazing.
I always talk like this. I do not know what you were talking about.
Oh, now you sound like a robot. Oh, nice.
The other, just one more thing I wanted to mention is it definitely seemed like there was a requirement from factions that you had to have at least one IG player and you had to have at least one female competitor, which I think was really good actually, and made it a more entertaining show. Because
I'm actually not sure that they just didn't decide by themselves, because Chance had a scheduling conflict, and you were yesterday you were so adamant on Chance would make time. He didn't make time because he couldn't. And if you try to schedule 40 people, I think it's really hard to pick people you want to. I think for one event, so many people, I think a lot of people just couldn't play, and I think most of the factions have 2 or 3 women, and they want to at least showcase at least some of them. But maybe they're the IG players, the amount of them was a surprise, so it may be true. But I'm actually glad they did it this way, because the highlight for me were the ladies as a whole. because I really enjoy Janine. I think Jen Kemp was a star. I think Kim Taylor-Foster played, like you said. She was a very big surprise and a nice one. Liz stayed there for a while. Marisol did. Like most of them stayed for at least 1, 2, 3 rounds. So I'm very happy with their performances. And like Jen Kemp and Kim Taylor-Foster are 2 of the biggest highlights for me. I both almost took out their tables, and I really want to see both of their matches. Yeah.
We just hope they don't play. Those two don't play each other.
They probably will now, actually.
I
because they
don't
both
want
had good
that. Yeah. I don't
yeah,
want
but because
to.
they both had good showings in the free for all, they might put them together. I don't want that, but I feel
But
like
you
there's a good
think
chance that could
Kim
happen.
Taylor-Foster would play a rookie because Jen has 1 match already.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
So I hope
maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's one thing we haven't addressed yet, and obviously that is the winner of the free for all.
Yes.
So massive, massive congratulations to Paul Oyama. I'm really pleased for him. You can tell how much it meant to him, and it wasn't disrespectful to Ben, but when it came down to them two, I really was rooting for Paul because I'm a big fan of Paul. I've rooted for him this year. I've always gone for him in the predictions, and I just want to see. I think this is going to be his year. I said it at the start of the year, and he's now got a title shot.
You said you think it's going to be a chance this year.
I said Chance and Paul.
Oh, okay.
I think now if Lon can play the way that he did against Drew, then if he uses it for a teams match, I think they can do it. I really do think he can get Lon that belt. But obviously, we don't know what he's going to do with it yet. He may go for singles. If I had to guess, I imagine he'll go for teams because it seems like he's got a route to the singles belt at the moment. Whereas for teams, it probably take a bit longer to get there. I don't know what he's going to do though.
Okay, this is me. I think, and I said it. He was the third player. I'll be honest. He was the third player. If you ask me who's the top 3 who will win, I would say first Adam Collins. I thought that Adam Collins would do amazing this year. I didn't expect, to be honest, Adam Collins that early in the free for all. Second was the Bibbs because Bibbs is Bibbs, and the third one was Paul Oyama because I remember vividly how he was focused in both his singles match and in his teams match. He's razor sharp this year, and if I'm Oyama, I'm waiting for 1 or 2 of my next singles matches to see how it goes, and then if I do well in those, I will take teams. I will cash in for the teams, but if I lose the singles match, I'm taking it and cashing in for my singles opportunity. That's just me if I'm Paul Oyama, but
yeah,
he played excellent. He played, and to see how I will do in this little singles tournament, let's just call it singles tournament that Grace posted in the group. She posted who will play and why, and I would sit on it to see how I do in the singles, and then if I do good in singles, I am cashing in for teams, and if I'm not, then I'm taking the singles. But he played excellent. He was razor sharp, and as he said in his interview, free for all is not that you are the best all the time, it's that you get through the free for all. His misses came into the time that it wasn't important. He already got through, so if he missed it doesn't matter. And when it counted, he knew the more than Bateman, and it's in Schmoedown. I love the things when they end, like for example, Liz, when they asked Liz about the movie Tank Girl and her cat, and when this happens, they actually ask that question for the interviews for the rookies. I love when let's just say, stars align for you to win. Because that was the hard question, and I thought to myself, okay, it could end on this because it was plot-specific question. There is really hard. There is not that big of a possibility you will go polar bear if you didn't see the movie. You maybe go, but you can go penguin, wolf, polar bear. I don't know. There is a lot of let's just say polar animals who could be, but yeah. So
Or if you saw the movie and saw only the first hour, like Base Magic.
yeah.
That really
But
sucks. Like if they asked about the first hour, he's okay, but they asked about
And,
the last scene. So.
I really don't know why he didn't saw it whole. It's for
He
me.
said
It's
he really liked it, but that he just wasn't like he fell asleep or something. He was tired, so it
Oh.
it happened.
Yeah, it's a good
It
movie.
really sucks
And
for him.
I think that okay, I'll say this. I think that Chance and Oyama are probably from all the old players, the players who wants that belt the most. I think that they really wanted this year. Because
I
think
put
that
Bateman in there as well.
I
yeah,
put Roka in there like at the first place.
Yeah.
I think no one wanted
okay.
him more than Roka, so.
But yeah, because I think that last year people didn't really talk about Oyama as a singular player, that he's that good and stuff like that. They always gave them respect, but he wasn't something big or really good. We talked about final exam a lot, but as a team, and I think that he just went to this season like, okay, I'm showing everyone I'm that player, the best player. I was the champion. I want to show everyone who am I. And yeah, I think he's on a wrecking ball this season. This is
just wanted to highlight Ben's comment there. That isn't out of the realm of possibility. Paul can play IG. I don't think that will happen, but if he ends up
only
with
way
the belts,
only way it happens is he waits a little bit and he gets both belts and wants to try to be the first, like to have all three. Then I wouldn't like blame him. And Winston also said, like, even if Paul wanted to go for Star Wars, he's in all of the training sessions. I believe if he said he's going for Star Wars or IG in a person like Paul Oyama, I believe you are able to do it, because I think when he decides he's doing something, he's going to do it. So, yeah, I'm really happy for him. I think we all are. I've hidden this comment before, but yes, I think we all rooted for Paul. And it was a perfect way, like Bateman being the MVP and Paul winning this. I really like this, that it went this way, and Bibbs also doing very well. Like, I think those were all the components that I wanted in the end, and it worked out. So
I just want to acknowledge this Thomas's comment. I specifically remember that Paul said, "Thank you, Laura." And that's the thing. If he didn't study Star Wars with Laura, that in this we see how the factions are important. He studied with Laura Star Wars, so he knew that if there is a
I don't think he actually knew that one.
because he said thank you, Laura, because before he showed the answer. And yeah, I was also that showed me how factions are important for overall knowledge of the players. Because if you help someone train for IG, even if you're not good at IG, you will get at least some knowledge in it. So you will know something. So factions are really important.
Yeah, and
Paul just deserves it after like everything. Yeah, I'm just going to like we said last year, he actually played really well, but it didn't like translate because he didn't win a belt. But he played really well with final exam, and he played really well in singles, but he didn't get a belt. And I think he really wants it this year, and I want it for him because I really, really like him, and I think we all do. And he works so hard. I think he's one of the hardest working players in the Schmoedown. So
Yeah, and the final question as well, the Snowpiercer one, it said, Winston, that was a question they tested people on.
Yeah.
So that's just coincidental,
Yeah,
but it shows the
It's
importance.
fate. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And to win on that question, it just says it all, really. That's how it goes. And it was nice that that's how it happened, actually.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
if I just wanted to say, I think if the entrances were in, like, if this was a normal free-for-all, this would be probably my favorite one, because I think it was the most competitive ever. I think like the level of competition was just, and also we got 2 of those XXXX4 moments, which is also really big. So and it wasn't just Bibbs being there for the whole time, but it wasn't Bibbs doing poorly. It was the measure of everything I wanted, and a lot of people doing really well and showcasing their skills, and just I think it was one of the best. I just missed the entrances so much that I probably can't give it to this free for all, because those are a big part of the event. But
next
like
year,
the competitiveness,
has a way to go. And I can't wait. It's my favorite event of the year, and it was a fantastic one. And seeming as it's a digital age, I think it was as good as it could be. I
hope that Flowers takes out 2 people next year, and then 3 people the year after that, and then wins it.
Alex Damon.
Oh my god.
Okay, so before I think we'll leave our.
I just wanted to say that low-key, one of my favorite moments was when Dungeon took over, and like Mara and Batesman clearing out the table. That was also so cool, and it was one when I was really excited for Mara, and I hope she's going to stick it up for more rounds. But even that, playing as an IG player, I think is pretty impressive.
Yeah,
I could try out for singles one day.
Yeah, my low key moment was Griffin Newman's run. I didn't expect because I know he was good, but not that good. So
yeah, he did well.
And his comments, like, he's so funny.
Yeah,
he's just so funny.
And his board is such a good board. That little board he has, it's awesome.
And who was it that took the mick out of Ben's board, or was that, I don't know. I remember someone doing that, and I thought that was quite amusing.
Oh, it was a female. It's Janine.
Yes, that was such a good quick back, and I loved it. So I think that wraps up our free-for-all discussion. What an amazing event. We are going to get to our predictions, my favorite part of the show. But before we do that, we'll have a brief shout out to the FCL. Teresa, this is your moment. I'm yet to watch the free FCL, so all yours, mate.
Okay, thank you. I have a moment in the show. Thank you, Liam, so much. Even though I'm
the
queen, I should pick who gets moments, but it's okay. It's okay.
Hold on.
I'm just going to read you my notes. Like the.
I've tried to put you on. I don't want it on me.
Oh my god, we're cool everyone. And I hate this layout.
Okay. I've done it.
Let's not.
There we go. Go on, go for it.
I'm going to read you my first of my notes for the FCL this week. So we got our first suspension. Andrew is suspended. He was asked to apologize. He came expecting an apology. Very rude. Reminds me of Liam. So that's just the starting point of the FCL. And I think this is like, if you're not watching yet, this is the week to jump on, because familiar faces, people who we know. There was Vanessa and Robert from Late to the Party. There was Andres Gallegos. Yeah, such an expert. So this was the best one for me yet, because I used to watch Late to the Party and their reactions to Schmoedown. I watched them in a few of their matches, and I really like them, and they're very funny. And it showed in the matches. I really enjoyed seeing both of them, and Vanessa played the only person that was new to the game in the FCL, yes, and she won. But I also really loved her opponent, Tom. He was wonderful. So I enjoyed that match. We got a couple more scenes between them, and then Robert versus Gallegos, two people we know from the Schmoedown, and also very competitive. So I think this is the week to start watching the SCL if you're not watching it, because I enjoyed this week the most, and I think it's because of the familiarity. Whatever. It's because the faces are familiar. Yeah. My English so good today.
If you need some
So-
elocution lessons, I'm here to help because my English is spotless.
Yeah, if I need some, I'm gonna ask Kim Taylor Foster. Thank you.
Okay.
So yeah, this is the week to try it. If you haven't yet, it's just it was the best one for me yet, because like I think it's going to get better and better with like when we know more people from the FCL and we like get into that more. It's going to just get better. So I'm loving this. I hope for more. And let's to the party, yes.
Awesome.
Let's go to the predictions.
Sorry, I had to sneeze.
It just reminded me of the rundown this week.
Okay, so
Okay.
let's go to predictions. Before we do that, let's have a quick check-in on the scores on the doors. So I'm just going to quickly do this to reflect accurately the standings. Right, let's have a look. Very, very good week for someone this week. Me. As you can see, I can't see because this is in the way. Let me get rid of this. There we go. I went 3 for 3 with Schloef, Bancroft, and JTE. Matt, you had a pretty good week. 2 for 3. Teresa 2 for 3, and then Ben, unfortunately, only with 1. But I am now only 1 behind Teresa, so I am coming for your crown.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I'm so scared. I can't even. Yeah.
You
So
should be
scared.
scared. But as you are the winning member of Euro Schmoe at the moment, would you like to do as you usually do and take the lead on this so you can introduce the games for the week?
Also, I'm just going to say I hope to see Chris Adams soon in the FCL. Also, I hope to see a lot of people there, like Alex Marzonia, and there's a lot of familiar faces that we're going to see soon in the FCL. So I'm excited for it. So.
Okay. So what's our first match, Queen?
Wait, just give me a little second just to pull the Ben's, because Ben sent me his.
Okay.
Okay.
I can still say it's Robert Parker versus Brendan Hanna.
I have a feeling we might all be going the same way on this one.
What are you talking about? Really? Wow. So surprising.
Yeah. Who
Are
would
you
say
all
that?
picking? Are you all picking Hannah as well?
Oh, sorry, Ben. But
yes.
I'm
and
so
He
sorry.
went perfect last week, and we didn't show the chart. Like this was the 1 week when.
Yeah.
Poor Ben.
Oh, Ben said he'll give them in the chat, so you don't need to worry, Matt.
Okay.
Okay, so for the first one,
are you all?
Are you ready, Matt?
That seems to be
I
ready.
see that. I see
I'm
Ben.
ready.
Okay. 3, 2,
Three,
1. Parker. Yeah, hardly a shock. I don't think
I'm really surprised. Can you explain
Really?
yourself? What happened? Oh, I just thought
Yeah.
I have like a really hot take to pick Parker, and you all picked Parker too. Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
who would see that coming?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, after Brandon Henna's last performance, where he scraped a win against Sipper, and I think Sipper played better than him, despite his cocky attitude. There's just no way it's going to happen against Parker. Parker this year, I think, is going to do extremely well. Yeah, ain't going to happen. He showed in the free-for-all he can hang in singles, and if anything, that makes me more confident that he's going to do well in the new categories. No chance. If Hannah wins, I will eat my hat.
Yeah.
Remember what you
okay,
said.
I now want him to win. Can we please? Can we please?
I'll just say this for Parker because I agree with everything you said. I think that Parker will be the champion when he gets his shot, and he will stay the champion until the end of the year. So Mara, Mike, whoever wins that match, hold down tight to that belt because you will lose it to Parker. Because I think that Parker really has a chip on his shoulder now.
How dare you, sir? How dare you?
Sorry, I think that Parker is the best IG player right now.
Dude, he played 2 matches. You can't know from like 2 or 3 matches.
Okay,
okay. I actually think he's going to have the belt this year, so it's okay. I just don't think that Mara can't beat him. I think there are 2 people now able to beat Mara.
She for sure can beat him because they are in the same faction and train together. Mm-hmm. So I assume they have pretty similar knowledge because of the training. But it would be fun to see how it would play out based on the fact that they train together all the time, probably. So they knew each other's weaknesses and strengths, and they would probably knew the same answers. But it would be a fun match, and I fully agree that Mara could win that. But I just want and think that Parker will do it.
So the thing is, I don't think that Hannah's last match reflected his knowledge at all. I think it was a very bad match for him, and I think it was a very bad moment for him, and I think he's going to play much better in this match.
I agree.
But I don't think will be able to take it. Everyone can have one bad match. I think that one was his for this year. I actually think he's going to show up in the IG tournament but Parker is too good for me. He's one of the 2 people I believe that are able to beat Mara, and that's Chandru and Parker. And that's it for me. I think like everyone can beat everyone on any if they have a good day. But those 3, I think are only the 3 that are at Mara's level. And
I agree.
Dungeon has 2 of them, so good for other factions.
The thing is, even if Brandon plays at his best, I don't think his best is as good as Parker's best. So I think Parker has to play terribly. I think Parker needs a bad game for Hannah to have a shot, and I don't think that's going to happen. So.
It would have to be like in the same way that Alex's game went. Like Hannah would have to get his wheel slice. Parker would have to get something he's not as strong in, and Hannah getting a 5-pointer he knows. It could happen. It could definitely happen. I just think like Parker has the bigger chance. Yeah.
I'm just getting up the match.
So the second match is Lightning Time versus the Outsiders. Thursday match.
I still don't know.
Outsiders is
have my Shazam odd couple of papers that are not happening.
Outsiders is Bateman and not Bateman, Goddard and
Preston and
and they're playing Glaze and Eat.
I haven't picked yet.
Guys, sorry. We need some time. Guys, for everyone who watches, sorry, we didn't know that these matches will happen this week, so we didn't prepare in the.
Can we do Fridays
some
first?
Of us prepared. Some of us
Can we do Fridays first? Yeah,
and then go back to it.
I'm going to say that there are prepared people here. We knew about this for a few hours, and
I know what I'm thinking for Fridays.
Just saying.
Yeah, I know the Fridays.
So Friday, Rushmore versus the press room.
Okay. It's probably obvious, but I know what I'm doing for this one.
Yeah, I think it's okay. So,
yeah.
See the apostrophes in
Rushmore.
my Rushmore title.
And
I just
of course,
because it's Rushmore.
Ben is also a Rushmore.
Yeah.
He picked
Yeah,
Rushmore, so-
most people, I think everyone's Rushmore in the chat as well.
Yeah.
I mean, we know Roka and JTE can still play. They've both had match this year and both played really well. I think they're going to complement each other well. And obviously, we don't know Perry's partner. We haven't seen him yet. I just think Perry. I love Perry. I love her to bits. She's one of my favorite people. Wow, that is a hot take.
I don't
Perry
think that is going to happen, but it's good.
I think it's going to really whatever. I think Perry's team is going to need a goodwill slice. I think when they get stuck with something they don't like, it really can tank their game. I don't know her partner well enough to be able to say that, but just judging from Perry's solo performances in the past, that's been a problem. So I have to go Rushmore. It just doesn't make sense not to. But I would love to see an upset.
Yeah. This is me. So her partner is the interviewer, one of the biggest interviewers, if I'm correct, in the Hollywood industry. So that's his job. It's the same as Roka and Bateman and other people who are in the Schmoedown, and they have a movie-related job. They most of the time has a good base knowledge, just like Perry, who is also an industry professional. That's why is the name probably press room. But going on Perry, this is my 2 cents. I think that Perry is worse than both JT and Roka as overall knowledge player. She's really good at the categories she's good at, but I think that maybe first round.
I agree, Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I agree
if
also.
Demalanta defends, he has another 8 points, and if he defends again, he has 9 points. And Demalanta can defend all year, and that's the reason why they won't be the last. I'm just saying.
But they can't rely. That's the problem. They're relying on Dimalanta and Shazam too much.
They are.
Yeah.
They are.
So the thing is, JT and Roka, I think that what can sink press room, I don't know how Perry's partner will play, is the first round, because I wouldn't be surprised if both Roka, because Roka and JT both could be perfect, to be honest, or JT could got let's say 7 out of 8 or something, but I don't know if Perry can do that in all the categories, as you said, Liam. They can get a good slice, but I think that first round, when you get more broad questions, can be problematic for the press room. That said, I don't know how good is her partner, but I do think that this will be a more competitive match than people think. Like, I don't think it will be a TKO. Like Ben said, it could be, but I don't think it, because I think that people think that this is the easiest match of the bracket, maybe, but I think that it will be more competitive than people think. That's my opinion. But
yeah, that's just the thing. We just don't know with this tournament because we haven't seen these players playing together, and maybe Horowitz and Perry have better chemistry than JTE and Roka. Maybe, like, anything can happen. If you team up 2 people together, like maybe Danger Zone just doesn't work. We don't know, but based on like their accomplishments, you have to go with Rushmore.
Yeah.
Because JTE is one of the best teams player ever, and Roka is one of the best teams player ever. So you expect to put them together and have a winning combination. I hope Horowitz is really good. He's also playing Paul Walter Hauser, which is, I'm just really happy about that match. Yeah, I think they're going to. I think they can be pretty good. I just don't think that in their debut they will be able to beat the Rushmore. You can't call yourself.
I agree. I picked now. By the way, I'm ready. I'm ready for the other one.
I'm so proud of you. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm professional.
You're so brave, Liam. Yes.
Thank you. That means so
You're
much.
an inspiration
Okay.
to everybody.
I did
know.
it. I did it.
Okay.
Oh wow,
Are you ready?
you're
Yeah.
both grown up now.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. I got outsiders.
I've gone lightning
Yeah.
time.
Oh, we are split because
Ben's
Ben, of
lightning
course.
time, isn't he?
Yeah, of course, Ben is
I
lightning.
was
Well-
so hoping Damon is going to go for lightning time. I was really trying to sway him all day, and he just wouldn't. Damn it. Yeah.
This is the toughest one for me of the whole week, actually,
Yeah.
to pick.
Yep.
Of the whole tournament so far, yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, you
Yeah.
you must start because you are the only one with. Yeah, you will
Yes.
hate me even more, Ben.
And
in
it
the
must
second.
be terrible for Ben, loving both
Yeah.
Ben and Liz so
Goddard,
much.
and-
So
Okay, the reason I have gone lightning time, I had to weigh up. So I feel like the outsiders are players who really, really know the game extremely well and are hungry. I feel, and then I'm weighing that against the overall knowledge of Ethan and Liz. And I just think that their knowledge is too good to not win. But I'm not confident. I'm not confident. I just I'm not switching. I did that once and it didn't work. It's hard to
only
explain what
Matt
I
can
mean.
switch now.
I'm not.
Yeah,
switching
Ben's
no
not
way.
Ben's not gonna
I
switch.
know exactly what you mean, but this isn't a free for all. They
True.
would be better in a free for all setting. I agree, and they showed it. Like, of course, Preston went more rounds. I'm just saying, like, Listian and Miller played better than Goddard in the free for all. But this is a different format, and I think they are not only hungry; they are doing everything they can to get to this, and I just love them too much. I can't go against them. I agree
I
that
will
I
be the
think
last.
that Ethan's and Liz's base knowledge is probably bigger than Paul's and Ben's combined, but I just think they're like Paul Oyama. They're the studiers. They're the, they have the knowledge and then they just try so hard. And I wanna, like, I want for them to win so bad. So I'm going with my heart in this one. And also after Ben's loss, I need him to get a win. At least he took out JTE in the table.
I promised myself I would not go with my heart anymore, and my heart actually is the outsiders. I'm going with my head, but it's not. It's close though. Even with head.
Yeah, but
with the
my head
head,
is
it's
working
close.
out for me so far, not for you.
Well, you got to keep it going then.
This is me. This is my 2 cents. So this is my thing. I like Usual Suspects, to be honest, more than Dan. You know that Sam was my favorite, and yeah, and I really thought that I do think that Ethan Irvin is the best player in that table. That's what I think, but I think, as Teresa said, those two study together so much that as a team they will play better than Liz and Ethan. And I think that Liz has more overall base knowledge than those two, but I think that those two will outstudy Liz, if you understand what I mean.
I get that, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that the thing is, I do acknowledge that Liz and Ethan probably have a chemistry because they knew each other, but when
I agree.
Ben, when yeah, and also, but I really think that those two are studying so much together that they will win. That's the only reason. And the second reason is I really also want that match of outsiders versus Rushmore. And to be honest, I don't know yet if outsiders
maybe Rushmore will be really good.
Outsiders will beat Rushmore, because, well, we saw that JT and Ben Goddard are in the free for all and in the singles, let's just say, practically same in the knowledge. And and we all know that Roca is pretty good, but Preston is too. So I don't know who will win. But yeah, I think outsiders. I think it's my brain pick. Whenever I gotten with my heart, I lost. So I think that
doesn't seem to work out for anyone else than me.
Studying. I think that studying will be the thing that will put outsiders over.
I'm actually going to say, you know, that Ethan and Liz are going to work together very well because they are friends for such a long time.
That's the point I was going.
That's true.
You know, with them, they are going to have a great report. It's actually 50-50 for me. I'm just like going with, I love Ben so much, and I love the Dan so much. So I'm just picking who I want to win, but I think they have like exactly the same opportunity to win, both of them. It really depends on the game. I think it's the game going to decide.
Yeah.
Who's going to win that one, and we have last one.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out what we're doing with the undercard. Maybe we'll tweet it or something, because obviously we don't know what it is yet. So when we find out, we'll message each other.
Are we
and
doing
we'll
a
put it on
watch
Twitter
along
or something
on Friday? We could say on the watch along if we're doing well.
Okay, that's a good idea. We'll do that then. So do you want to? What is the final one?
So the final one is Alex Damon versus Mike Kalinowski.
Guys, I have one question before I choose this. Is it a 5-round match or 3-round match?
It's a 3-round.
Yeah, I think it's 3, isn't it?
Okay.
It's 3-round.
I'll say this so everyone knows. If it's a okay, it's a 3 rounds. Okay.
Yes, and I have picked, but I'm not completely happy about it. Like I'm really torn about this one. Actually, I think Alex can do it. I think Mike can do it too. I'm just
okay. Ready?
3, 2, 1. I'm Mike and
Damon.
And Damon. Oh,
yeah, I was thinking about picking Damon, but then you like practically
and
said that you're picking Damon. Also, and I was like, okay,
wait,
I get now.
Yeah. Ben is also Mike, so.
Oh, that's good.
Wow.
I'm glad I'm not the same. I'm glad I'm not the same as Ben, because he would have lost. If Ben went Damon, he would have lost, but he didn't, so I should be okay.
I was, to be honest, can I go first, please, on this one?
Sure.
Okay, I was torn because I'm fully aware, because this was my thinking. I didn't know. I just now choose who I'm picking, because I thought it would be a 5-round match until now, and then I was sure I'm picking Mike, because I think that in the 5-round match Mike would beat Alex for sure. I cannot say 100%, but I think he has more chance. But in the 3-round, it all depends on that spin of the wheel, I think, in Inner Geekdom, and on that 5-pointer. And I'll just say this: most of the time, Alex gets those 3 categories he's really good at, and that's our Star Wars, Star Trek, or Lord of the Rings. Those 3 is his best categories, and most of the times he gets it in the Inner Geekdom. Yeah, and but he has a good overall knowledge too, as he showed against Barbarian in the first round. I just think that Mike is doing nothing, because Mike knew that this is gonna be his path to the Inner Geekdom title in the beginning of the season. So I just think that Mike is doing nothing but Inner Geekdom now, because
well, he's playing a teams match soon.
Yeah, that's
I wouldn't do that
if I was him.
But
So-
no. But I think that this match is going to be his.
I'm going to talk about it later.
Yeah.
I think he has so many more categories that he's good in. I think he has swashbuckling adventures, and that's only what we know. You can see how much he wanted to flex in the last match, and he got all his Spider-Man steals. I really didn't know who I'm picking, because I think Alex is so much better than we think he is, and
Maybe.
that's not fair to him, because he had one bad match and that's it. One bad match against Kalinowski, and all other of his matches were stellar. So I think this is can be a very close match, and Alex can easily take it if things go his way. But I don't think it's 3 categories that he has on the wheel. I think it's a lot. I think he filled his holes in his knowledge from last year, and I think he's going to only get better and better. So this will be the true test. Can he now beat Kalinowski in like their second match? And I don't know. I think it's a safe bet to go with Kalinowski because we know how good he is, but we just didn't see Alex go to his full potential. So maybe he's going to surprise us all and win, and I wouldn't actually be surprised.
Sorry, I will just say that thing that worried me with Alex a little, to be honest, is that in the month he needs to defend his Star Wars title again. Not defend, he needs to win it. And when you put it on the scale, I think that he maybe a little more time is putting now on the Star Wars.
So I heard Molly said she doesn't even know if Alex studies before the matches anymore, because he does so much Star Wars stuff all the time. It's like he's living.
I don't think he
so
needs
I
to.
actually think he's after his last match, does he really need more he probably watches the movies and does some stuff, but I think he's going to be focused on the IG because he's such a good player in Star Wars. He doesn't really need that much more. And is there any more to study? Like, can they go even deeper than they went? I don't think so for now.
Who did you pick, Teresa? Again, did you pick?
I picked Kalinowski, but I'm going for Alex with my heart.
You're defending my pick for me.
Sorry, I probably want Alex to win.
I want Alex to win.
I probably want him to win.
I want Alex to win more. No, I want Mike because of the corruption. Corruption needs those points. Corruption is not in the.
Also, Mike needs some wins, so yeah, I want them both to win. Can we do that, please?
Okay, so I love Corruption is my favorite faction. You think I'd go Mike, but
obviously.
I'm going with my head. Okay, if we didn't see that Barbarian match, I would have picked Mike all day long. I was so shocked and surprised by how better and deeper Alex's knowledge is. It's now convinced me that he can beat Mike, and obviously his free-for-all showing was not exceptional. So I'm just going to forget about that. But that doesn't really matter because it doesn't have nothing to do with IG. He's an IG and a Star Wars player, you know. He for me, I think he's going to do it, and I do think it will come down to the will. But I would say there's only a few categories now where he's quite weak on, and he's probably about the same as Mike. Mike is not the strongest on all of the slices on the wheel.
Yeah,
we don't
that's
know.
True.
We don't know how good he's going to be on the new ones as well. You know, he
it's
might not know
true,
Transformers.
But Mike plays in singles and teams. Alex doesn't. I think
that is true, but that might be a negative because think about it. He has to now study all of the singles and team slices for the teams match and the IG slices. So he might have split his time. Whereas Alex has only had to focus on IG. I mean, Star Wars is the same categories, and he already has a knowledge, so it probably doesn't need to do much. He can put all of his time on IG and shore up the ones he was not strong on. I think some of the new slices, it seems like he already had quite a good idea on anyway. Swashbuckling Adventure is really good for him. He looks like he's really good on Jurassic Park. We know he can do Lord of the Rings. He's good at Star Trek. He's good at, obviously, Star Wars. You know, there's a lot on the wheel, I think, that he can do really well on. And I'm more confident now, if he gets a category he's maybe not his favourite, he will be able to navigate it much better than he did when he played Mike last time. So I have to go with my head, and I think he's going to do it, and I think it will be a bit of a shock.
I must address this.
Yeah, I was clicking, so that's what happened.
Yeah. This.
No.
Okay. I
It's
will
Alex,
stop
Alex,
doubting.
I mean.
I'm saying this. If Alex wins this match, I don't know who I'm picking in the championship one, because I will see if Alex win this match, for example, with some category we don't see coming. For example, I don't know, if he gets DC and sweeps it or something like that, and I see, okay, he did, like you said, fill those holes he have and stuff like that. I see him as the same level Dennis Mara, because he knows how is it to play in the championship match. He knows how 5 rounders is looking. He knows how the pressure is in the live championship match also. So I don't know who I'm picking if Alex wins, to be honest, in the championship match.
I mean, I don't want to give it away, but I think regardless of who wins, I don't think either of them can beat Mara. To be honest,
I'm sorry. I think Mara is better
Mara
than both of
this
them.
year is, yeah. Sorry,
But
I was going to say Mara is
I'm
so
just going
dangerous.
to say, yes, she is. She is. I'm just going to say that the other reason I'm picking Mike is just corruption. I think they have like a lot of IG in there, and they are big studiers, and I think, like we said, like this is Mike's bread and butter. This is his favorite thing, and he probably wants to show us again, like he is still relevant in this game. And because people just keep like, you picked Alex. This is like against the formal two-time champion. Like that's crazy. So
Yeah.
I think he's going to prove us wrong. But yeah, I still think Alex can do it. Yeah, but let's hope for Mike,
Guys,
because
can
after
I?
winning everything, I'm going to be 3 points ahead of Lisa.
Okay.
I mean,
I
I could be beating
I
you
must
this
ask
week.
you something. Do we know why Chandru didn't get his number 1 contender shot when he lost the match?
Number 1 contenders. I think he's going to get one. I think maybe like Parker, whoever wins from Parker Hanna, and they're going to like combine
I
it.
think they should give Chandru Chandru's next match should be for me for number 1 contender, because he defended it. And
Yeah, I think it will be.
They gave Mara. They did give Mara the championship shot when she lost right away.
But it was very different before. Like before you got it.
Yeah.
Like now there are rules. You have to defend more times to get like the shot.
I know.
But I think he will get the number 1 contenders for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he defended it. He's the second one to do it. So. Yeah.
I just think
he will for sure
be
get
down
it.
the line.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be a decision. Does he want to do it if there's a tournament? Like, does he want to maybe get more points in a tournament setting than go for?
I wouldn't. I would go for the number 1 contender, to be honest, if I'm him.
Depends against who it is.
Okay,
like if Mara's still, if Mara's still the champion and I have to beat Parker to get there, I might go for the tournament. Like,
yeah, I think I would as well. Let's just see how it pans out. But yeah, it's a really interesting week with, I think, apart from the Euro Schmoe press room match, which could still go to, we don't know.
Yes, everything can happen in Schmoedown.
I just think this week is a really interesting week of matches which are really difficult to call, and we don't know what the undercard will be yet. So I'll be really interested to find out what that is announced to be. It could be a title match. Maybe Oyama wants to cash it in immediately. I don't know what's happening. I doubt it, but we'll see what happens.
I doubt it. I think he's going to wait.
I'll say this would be my dream for free for all if they could do that in the singles when we go back in the studios. I don't know if you remember in the movie fights, they had the thing that they prepared the questions in some box, and gave
Oh,
the winner.
Yeah.
I would be so happy if they said, okay, we have prepared the document. Okay, Oyama, you can go whenever you want. You can go to the studio and said, then right now you are defending. So you can prepare and then doesn't know, or whoever is a champion, no one can know when he can be challenged. For example, Bateman has his singles match against someone, and Oyama just comes to the studio and said, then right now. After this, you need
they
to
have
go.
done that before, haven't they?
Yeah,
Sam
but
the
Sam,
Thing
yeah.
did that against
Yeah,
Dan.
yeah.
I don't
That-
think they can do it that way now because of the factions and everything. But I think they can maybe arrange it so it looks that way for us.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I think it would be no. I specifically think it would be great if champion doesn't know and cannot prepare hard for that. That's for so
Yeah,
the
but
winner
that's,
can.
then you put a faction in disadvantage by that and one faction in advantage, and you don't want to do that in
but
like
that's
point system
yeah.
now.
I think it's fair because he's the winner of the free for all.
Yeah, but
Money
that's a
in the
potential
bank.
for 7 points.
Yeah, I understand. But
Yes, but the other person has to be able to prepare for the match when there's a potential for 7 points. I'm sorry, I don't know, because then you're putting them at the disadvantage and they have to all be at the same level. I have the same amount of opportunities and stuff.
no,
I don't think that's
that
fair.
free for all. I think that free for all should not be fair. Winner of the free for all should get special advantage as
They
the
do.
title
That's
contender.
potential for 7 points. That's crazy.
I understand,
that's a
but
lot. Okay.
Okay.
I don't think that's fair, but yeah.
I think I think Ben is right. It's my turn. And I want to get to my
to be here
punishment.
for this. Can you?
For Teresa, I don't know if we wanted to quickly address the stories before and then leave the punishment to the end.
yeah, we can quickly address the stories.
Story-wise,
Oh,
it was just really
Those are my
fun.
notes. Great, perfect, Andrew, perfect on the desk. The best thing ever.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, so
it's
we
so
had
funny. Stories wasn't big surprise or big reveals. It was just such a
Ellis
funny.
and Guy the
That's
whole week,
amazing.
and it was so fun.
It's such a good
And Andrew
comedy
was
bits.
perfect on the desk after.
Yeah.
He was just, you can see, like, he announces the competitive games on Twitch. He's one of the announcer of some of the tournaments, and you can just see he knows how to do this. He was so professional.
Yeah,
I loved it.
he was a natural. And I'm pleased he's on the desk. I'm glad he's involved still with the Schmoedown. The scenes were really well made, fantastic production value. Ellis and Guy together is my new favorite combination.
Yes,
And I just hope we get Clark and Guy doing a match together at some point. I don't really. That was pretty much it, really, wasn't it? There wasn't anything else going on apart from.
It was so much fun.
We had the Grace Bibb scene, but then
it was just
resolved,
pure fun, and that's okay.
Okay, so punishment time. Teresa. Okay.
Yes.
If I win the league, my punishment for you is that next season, every single week, you must vote for Gucci as manager of the week.
Oh my god!
Every single week.
Does she have to defend it also or not?
She just
no.
I'm not gonna make it that bad.
Okay.
But on the Facebook group, every week, even if he's not on there, I want you to add his name, and you have to vote for Gucci every week.
Okay, this will be in the compliments with my punishment that I will say.
Okay. Yeah, but only one of them is happening, and none of them is happening because I'm winning, and now I have a true motivation to win.
So if Lightning Time wins and then Damon wins, you're going to be panicking, aren't you?
Well, it's not going to happen, Liam. So it's okay.
Well, I think that's an amazing punishment for you. I know you're really excited about it.
So much.
This is such a good punishment.
Cruel.
I was going
after
to
after making such a point to to every week says Kate is the best, I was actually thinking that I'm going to do every week Kate, even if she isn't playing this year. So people are just going to think I'm crazy next year.
Okay, who is next for the punishment?
Thank you, Liam.
You're
You're
welcome.
so generous.
Who will be the
Um,
next week's?
She's gone.
She's gone. Wow.
Have you got
Well-
anyone left to punish, Matt?
I didn't say I think a ban on the airs. Did I say ban? Did I say your punishment on the air?
Okay, I don't think you have. So let's do that next week. You can.
No, next week someone should get you a punishment.
Well, I've been given. Have I been given any yet?
No, guys, I will just say this. Next week we have a birthday show because our own Liam has a birthday, so it should be that someone gives Liam a present, and the present will be his punishment.
That I have to be honest. I may not be on next week because you just reminded me. I'd forgotten. Next week's my birthday. There's a good chance I will be out drinking because it's Bank Holiday Monday on the so I might not be around.
Oh, really? It's a holiday Monday for you?
Yeah, so I'll probably be out drinking, to be honest with you. So I may not be here next week because it is my birthday. But if you want to give me the punishment, I know what. Okay, Ben's ready. He wants to give it to me next week.
Punish Liam. Okay.
I will let you know if I'm going to be here or not. I'm not sure what I'm doing yet for it, but a good chance I will probably be out. So we'll see next week. But Teresa, have you recovered from my punishment?
Yes, did you just kick me out? Was I?
No. I think it was your internet. Like, I thought you deliberately left because you were annoyed with us.
No, it just went out like the page. Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought you left because of the punishment.
No.
Okay, so we've decided what we're doing next week. If I'm not around, then Ben will do it for Matt. But if I am, then
I'm punishing Ben if you are not around.
The worst thing is, like, this is the most real one for me now because only Liam is close to overtaking it for now, and I really hate this one. Like, I don't know, but is it worse than have to rewatch Fantastic?
What?
It's a whole season. It's a whole season, no. So Fantastic Beasts is just one.
I think that my punishment for Ben will be for Ben the worst. But
okay, let's just have another quick look. So, as you can see, I'm only 1 point behind Teresa at the moment. So
yes,
this
we
could
all
be
know.
Wait, how much points do I have? How much points do
you are on 18 and Ben's on 16. So there's still a long way to go.
So
I mean, we have loads of games left.
So if Mike and Outsiders win, I'm 2 points behind than you. Okay. I can catch up. That's good.
So I think that wraps up today. It's
Thank God.
What a week! What a week it's been in Schmoedown, and it was an amazing free-for-all. I'm really excited for the tournaments to begin this week, and it's going to be a really fun one and interesting watch. As I said, I may not be here next week. I'm not sure what I'm doing yet for my B-Day. I'm turning the pig at 25, so we'll see. But if I am, then I look forward to finding out what you have in store for me with my punishment. If not, I shall send you my predictions. But you can find us at Euro Schmoe on Twitter. Teresa runs that for us. We are very active on the Facebook group. Teresa will be backing Finstock every week now. And never picking Kate. I am on Instagram at PsycheLiam, PsyChyliam. You can follow me if you want, but I wouldn't. It's quite boring. Please like our YouTube. I have to do it. Please like our YouTube channel and leave a comment. It helps us out, and we're trying to grow. If you enjoy our show, please share it with your friends and let them know about us. We are timed for a European audience on a Sunday night, so it makes it easier for people to watch, and that was the idea as to why we started this show. So we really hope that people can join us on the ride. Thank you, Thomas and Leo, for joining us this week. I'll pass over to you guys.
I'm Schmoemat at Twitter, but my Twitter is boring. It's mostly Schmoedown stuff. So if you follow Schmoedown, you will get the same things that you will get at my Twitter. And I'm active in the group. That's the thing that I'm most active at. And see you next week. Thank you for all who watched the show. Thank you for Thomas and Leo who were interactive with us. To all the other watchers, please interact if you want with us. We will be happy to acknowledge every of your comments. And see you next week when I will be 2 points behind Liam and on a track to overtake him at the second place.
And the current winner.
Yes. Yes. Liam is so young, Ben. You're right. You're absolutely right. Young people make stupid, bad decisions all the time. But Liam this week. So I'm Syriza_Sky at Twitter, and you will see me here on the show next week. I'm gonna be here to just bloat. Even if Liam's not here, more time for me. So see you next week.
Teresa, you don't understand. If you are perfect next week, I'm perfect also. We have all the same picks.
Yeah, and I'm in the lead, and you're like 100 points
Yeah.
behind me.
Yeah,
So
that's true. That's true. I cannot say anything about it. So, but it's a long season, guys.
Yeah, we got a long way to go. Tournament season begins, and we shall see you next week. Bye bye, everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.